what the fuck is up, man? Welcome back to the Wake and Bake. I'm, of course, the host, Blind James, like fucking always, man. You guys know you can get a hold of me on Instagram. Is at the Wake and Bake OH. Get over there, hook us up with that follow. Tell your friends about us. We're doing some giveaways up here shortly, so keep looking out for that shit. And then, of course, we'll watch our stream on Facebook and YouTube at the Wake and Bake with Blind James. You can also tell your phone or smart speaker to play that across your favorite streaming platform, and it'll do so. Last but not least, pop over to patreon.com/blindjames and hook it up with that donation. You can help us keep our show afloat and keep bringing you dope-ass interviews like the one we're bringing you today. And we are out of the loony bin. Out of the motherfucking loony bin again for the second interview in a row.
Finally, I ain't going back.
I ain't going back. Well, no, we're going to go back in a little bit after.
We have to.
We got to get ready and go out again. Do a music video today, which is pretty cool. Shouts out to Toby Raps. And then, of course, man, with me as always is the co-host, the man, the legend, the Don fucking Cooch. What's up, dude?
What's up? Shit, just chilling, you know.
Yeah, dude.
Enjoying some snacks and some good coffee.
Yeah, very good. The hospitality in Cali has been fucking absolutely uncanny. God damn. It's been phenomenal. But, dude, tell the people where they can find you, my man.
You can find me at Don_Cooch. That's KOOCH on Instagram.
Hell yeah, man. Hit him up for all your recording needs. And then running our live stream and doing the video today is our executive producer extraordinaire, Waldo.
What's happening, buddy?
How you feeling back in the John over there?
Oh, killing it back here, dude.
Yeah, you're looking at those boxes, huh?
All of the boxes.
We're going to talk about them here in a minute, dude. And you guys know where you can find Waldo on Instagram is at @partywithwaldo. Hit him up, and if you're talking to the Wake and Bake, you're talking to Waldo. So get yourself booked in and do what you got to do there. We'll get you some promo. If you want to get booked at Stella's Music Club, too, man, please hit us up. We'll get it linked in there, and I'll get you booked on a day. And then with us in the fucking, not our studio, in the conference room of Hakuna Supply shop?
Hakuna Supply, exactly.
Hakuna Supply, dude. We are here with Ilan.
Yes, right.
Hey, please tell people where they can find your company and all the products that you guys are pushing.
Absolutely. You can find Hakuna Supply on all your social medias at Hakuna Supply. You can check out our cafe at Hakuna Hemp Cafe, and you can see us online at hakunasupply.com.
No, the Hemp Cafe, man. I want to talk about that one.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. it's pretty dope.
Where did this pop off? How did this... Just give me
story,
from the beginning,
little story about it?
No, I want the full story. I want a little story, dog. This is the way to make it. Story time for Blind James over here.
Absolutely.
In great detail, sir.
Okay, absolutely. Well, it all started after college and looking for a business to start and what are the business in cannabis. You know, so that's really where it started, and I didn't want to get into the plant so much because, you know, it's a lot of regulations,
a lot of hoops and stuff, a lot of legal.
Exactly. So I said, well, what can I do? And what did I have that I knew about? And in college, I had a messy ass desk with ash everywhere and roaches and everything else you can imagine.
On the sides and shit, yeah.
Exactly. And so I said, you know, I think I need a box. And that's how it all started. So it started with me getting a box, putting all of my, you know, gear in the box, all of my product in the box, everything in the box. And
are you from the Midwest at all, man?
I'm not.
You know what? Because I think everybody from the Midwest appreciates, like, a cool box that they can put shit and hide shit in. I don't know if it's, like, a weird thing from, like, where we're from, where it's, like, cool to hoard, like, your shit and not let anybody else touch it. They can see it, and if you especially open the box, but, like... You gotta have a box, and have a good organized box of whatever shit you have is like,
absolutely.
Wow, it's just, there's no words.
It's when you like when it's a nice organized box and you open it and you see that light, you know.
Oh yeah, right, dude. It's like, look at all this beautiful shit. It's like Hunter S. Thompson's suitcase, you know. There's all kinds of goodies and gadgets galore.
All of a sudden, you find things at the bottom you forgot you had. You
just got gadgets and galore.
Thank God for this last joint I forgot about.
Oh my story.
Dude, and then I can, like in yours, I can always lift up the tray and find other goodies that I forgot about. What?
I have one thing to say. You could put your weed in there, man.
Yeah, you can, dude. So yeah, I don't know if is that a Midwest thing or is that an everywhere thing?
Oh, it's an everywhere thing.
Right.
It's an everywhere
I was about to say, I feel like everybody kind of.
I got a bunch of buddies from the UK, and they say they have a box.
Boxes.
Little stash
box.
box.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel, so it's just all right. It's a personal thing.
Exactly.
I didn't know if I was
Maybe
locked
it's a
down.
stoner thing.
That's what it could be, dude.
How many times have I lost things when I was high? You know.
Yeah.
You know, reduced loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Great
definitely.
marketing tool there
Yeah,
too, man. Yeah, I
exactly.
should put that in a commercial.
yeah.
Fuck.
They'll never lose it again.
Never. They're like, what?
Yeah.
Oh shit! And, I mean, I'm not promoting it by any means, but like that rolling tray in there could also be used for other things. You know?
You know what we're talking
Shit.
about.
Yeah, right. It could also be used for cutting vegetables.
Exactly. You know.
Yeah.
There's a mirror on the back of it, so.
Oh, that's awesome! What a great fucking box. That's when you know you got a good box.
versatile.
Oh yeah, fuck yes, dude.
Exactly.
So all right, the hemp cafe.
Yeah.
Get back into that
Okay.
one.
So then I put it on Amazon, and that's kind of how I started. So I put little boxes on Amazon. I went to Michael's. I bought boxes from Michael's. I printed out images. It's called Mod Podge, pretty much like two-way, and I just Mod Podge stickers of like Bob Marley and stuff onto these boxes.
Yeah.
Went downtown, bought the cheapest grinders and jars I could find, really, put them in a box and put it on Amazon as like a starter pack.
Okay.
And that's how it started. And so I didn't really do any marketing. People just, I was using
Now,
raw
were you doing
rolling
this as
papers.
just a personal, or did you launch a business at this?
Well, I launched a
point?
business at this point, so I had my own one. I figured, it's a good idea. Let's launch this business. And I had raw rolling papers in it, and so there was a lot of searching for raw at that point. And so this was 2016, 2015, 2016, and raw was just on the up and up at that point. And so I just pretty much used raw as my marketing and just did raw rolling bundles, raw accessory bundles, stuff like that. And I just started selling a bunch of them. So then at that point, I was like, all right, it's working.
That's a power move because I worked at a head shop in 2010.
Yeah.
And Raws had like just kind of like came up with like a full line of shit. They came out with like their stuffable cones,
Right.
shit like that with the wood tips on them.
Right.
I don't even know if they make those anymore. But anyway,
They got the cyclones now, which is like, it's not raw, but it's like the hemp
Yeah.
wrap
Right.
with the wood tip.
Wow, they actually have the hemp cyclones now? I
Yeah,
used to
they
smoke the tobacco
Yeah, they have the hemp
cyclones back in the
cyclones
day.
now.
So.
I like the hemp cyclones, actually. They're,
I'll
I like the
try some
tip.
of
The
those.
tip's always
the
nice
tip's
to
nice,
have, you know.
exactly.
Well, yeah, like I said, raw though was like one of those things that I was burning. Like I was anybody that would come in, I'd be like, dude, you gotta try these raw papers. They're
Yeah.
dope.
In
Like the two that
2010,
were,
you're early too,
That's what I'm
because I
saying,
mean, like,
so-
Wiz Khalifa
I started
started.
in
yeah,
2012.
Wiz Khalifa didn't even have his own papers yet.
Exactly.
2011,
So
2012.
what had happened for me was there was two papers that I was on, being the head shop guy that was doing the ordering from the distributors.
Yeah.
I got on Raws and Element papers
Elements,
before
yeah.
anybody
Yeah.
fucking
Fire.
did, dog. And those were the two that I would recommend
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
if they want to
spectrum.
send you any money for all this, all this time.
Advertising,
money.
hell yeah.
I never even thought about hitting them up.
Hey,
What the fuck?
tell Josh to come on the show,
Yeah, where's
or
Josh?
just tell Josh to hook us up with a sponsorship.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
I never even thought to hit up Raw.
That'd
Like,
be
dude,
cool
I
as
got a
fuck.
great story for you, bro.
Yeah.
Hey.
That'd be cool. Hey, he's got
Guess
some
what?
stories for us.
Right,
you know?
guess what? We can burn on
Yeah.
every fucking
Yeah, there
hey,
you go.
every wake and bake.
Hell yeah,
Use your
hell yeah.
papers.
Exactly.
Some Raw. Hey.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so back to it, I guess. So I started that, and then I started the business. I started Hakuna. The idea behind the name, pretty much.
Lion King.
Yeah, more or less Lion King, but I wanted to do something that was like socially conscious. So I was thinking like circle of life kind of thing, and I knew it was gonna be wood. So
What does Hakuna even mean?
Hakuna translates to no. It's Swahili. So Hakuna Matata is no worries in Swahili, and it's more like it's a common phrase in
Yeah.
the different parts of Africa. And so that's kind of what it was coming to. So literally it translates to no supply, but we have all the supply. So don't
Oh, that's funny. I mean,
With a wink, you
yeah,
know.
exactly.
no supply co. I like that.
exactly.
I fuck with that.
Yeah. And so that was the idea behind the brand name was, something that was kind of earthy. I was going for that, like, sitting on the beach on a sunset, smoking a joint. Kind of deal.
Everybody's dream from
Everybody-
Ohio.
yeah.
Are you kidding me, dude? The beaches we get to sit on and watch sunsets. I mean, they're kind of
They're nice.
They're pretty,
cool. They're
but
cool.
it's not an ocean.
No.
Because our beaches aren't really beaches. It's
They're-
like shale.
They're
It's
cool,
rock
but then
that's
they
just
also
been chopped
smell
up.
like shit. They
Right,
smell like
right,
shit a little
exactly.
bit.
Yeah, you don't want to go by low
By the
tide.
lake.
Low tide will fuck you up. That's like the canals in ever been to Miami?
Right.
Have you? You ever been to Fort Lauderdale?
Close the door. Yeah. Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to Fort Lauderdale.
Like, all right,
Yeah,
have you ever
yeah.
been by any of the canals and waterways when
Mm.
it's low tide?
No.
Oh, dude, it was a rough stench, dog.
Really?
Oh, dude, I had an apartment. I lived in North Miami,
Yeah.
and I was right on the canals where all the boats were coming through, and like people dock their boats on like the back end of our apartment all the time.
Right.
Well, dude, at low tide it would get so low where ours was that the boats would have to clear out because otherwise you'd scrape the bottom.
Right.
And it was the foulest fucking smell, dude.
Why? Just like the
Because
sewers
it's a
and
bunch
stuff?
of no, it's canalways that are man-made,
Oh,
and it's all this just flushing lagoon water that goes in and out with the tide of the ocean.
damn.
So, but some of the parts like where I was at, I was close. So like the island of Miami Beach itself is
Right.
like a mile, 2 miles wide,
Right.
and I was just off of the island
Mm.
onto the mainland. So right where I was is where all that shit would go around the island, get trapped in like the little canalway,
Anyways.
right? Between like a little Panama
Right.
Canal between
Right.
Because you know
and
those
some-
rich guys aren't smelling that stuff.
Right, exactly, right.
Yeah.
So all that got pushed back to where we were. Well, now I still lived. I was killing it back
Oh,
then,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
lived in a rich fucking area.
Yeah.
But just where I was at was just like the least optimal location. I didn't know about it when I picked the spot.
Right.
But the reason it stank was because you have a bunch of marine life and barnacles and shit like that form when it comes down to low tide, and then when it raises up, all these animals and shit come back in. Tide drops out. Guess what? No water there. All this
Right.
shit just lays there and dies.
Wow.
Yeah. And then you gotta wait for hours for it to come back in, and it was just
Yeah. How did we get on this conversation?
I don't know. This is how my show. This is exactly how my show goes, dude.
Yeah, no, I love it.
Every fucking time. This is exactly because we're just hanging out.
Well, we were
right
talking about the lake. You
Yeah,
know,
that's right, we were
enjoying
talking about the
lake
ocean.
and how it
Yeah,
smells
yeah.
bad,
It
but he's
smells
talking about how
No, no,
now.
it
but
can
we
smell like
were.
shit
I wanted to
everywhere though.
refresh your-
I can circle it back. We were talking about where your name Hakuna came
Yeah,
from, how you
now-
wanted it to have that beachy vibe.
Yeah, yeah.
So, back to the beach
Let's
guy.
go back to the beach vibe. I like that one a little better. Yeah.
Did you grow up out here by the beach?
I did.
Where'd you
I-
grow up out here?
Right around here. I was born in
Where is here right now? I don't know
Irvine.
where
I
I'm
was
at.
born in Irvine, then I moved out pretty much the valley. I'm in Thousand Oaks, Westlake Village.
Okay.
So yeah, good spot. Zuma Beach. It's like,
Zuma
15.
Beach. That sounds nice.
Yeah, Zuma Beach, Malibu life.
Oh,
Whoa.
okay. Yeah, there we
Okay.
go.
Yeah, you guys should make the trek down the canyon after this.
I want to go to Newport Beach so bad, dude. I went when I was like 17.
Yeah, you watched the TV shows and then kind of got you.
No, I came out here when I was 17 with one of my buddies from boarding school. He
Okay.
lives in Rancho Santa Margarita,
Okay,
and then we pulled a spot in Palm Springs for a little while, a
Dope.
couple months.
dope.
That was all right. It sucked because at the time it
What year
wasn't
was
cool. So this was 2009, 2008, 2009, right
Yeah.
in between there.
Yeah, you kind of hit a weird.
I hit it
spot.
when it was
'Cause-
old people.
Yeah, because it was like pretty trappy over in Palm Springs for a little bit. You
Really?
know, yeah, they
Oh
had,
yeah, when I was there, it was just it
Yeah.
smelled like shit. And it was
Yeah.
nothing but old people.
and they had like a huge like rock community out there.
Yeah,
Not
that's
so-
what we went there
Yeah,
for. We
yeah.
went to play music and shit, and hit
Right.
a couple clubs out there. But
Right.
yeah, it
now
was
it's like
just-
a
it was so many old people.
LGBTQ, whatever it is. You know, now it's like it's all of them are over there.
It's like West Hollywood.
Yeah, pretty much. But they have good food, man.
I'm down.
Honestly,
That's
you
what'll
got
bring
good
me
food.
anywhere.
You got good food. You got they have a, I don't know if you ever around in June. They have
You
a thing called
tempted me.
Splash
You
House.
just brought me Thin Mints, my
Yeah.
favorite Girl Scout cookie,
Yeah.
with some delicious CBD mint tea. By the way,
Yeah.
shouts out to Hakuna
Hakuna
Supply.
Yeah, and of course, man. Thanks for coming, by the way. I didn't
Fuck
thank you guys.
yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
We were looking forward to it a lot,
Yeah.
man.
You just knew there was cookies, you know. I just you guys some cookies. Like, all right, we'll come.
I want to fully disclose. I didn't know there was going to be Girl Scout cookies, or I wouldn't be eating on mic right now. But I can't help it.
It's a solid move, though. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So then from
Zuma Beach.
Zuma Beach to Hakuna, we that was kind of the vibe. So I started just creating new boxes. The rolling tray box was an idea that I had. And then I was telling you guys a little bit earlier that I did an event called the Circle V, and this guy has CBD. This is I think 2017, maybe beginning of 2017. And this guy,
Right when CBD was starting.
right when CBD was
people
starting,
understanding what it does.
right?
And it's, yeah.
Exactly. When people were actually selling it, and it was the first time you didn't need to go through all the regulations. And
Right.
so I dove in, and I started with coffee and pre-rolls. And even though it's hard to market the accessories and the the ancillary businesses and whatnot, it was much harder with the CBD. And that's how the cafe got started, because I couldn't go mainstream. I didn't have Facebook or Instagram. Influencers didn't really work. It wasn't so big back then either.
Right.
And so I said, I'm going to bring the cafe to the people, right? And so the idea was kind of European-styled cafe. Go to music festivals, pop it up. It's like you can do up to 30 by 30. We bring in rugs, chairs, the whole thing. And then we serve the CBD coffee. And if the festival allows it, we'll let them, buy pre-rolls and stuff like that. And that was the idea behind it. Bring the cafe
Dude, we
to
need
the
to get
people.
you up at our buddies throw fest, a couple of our buddies throw festivals. You ever heard of the band Tropidelic before?
Tropidelic, no.
Well, we're gonna get you hip. They throw an amazing festival called Freak Stomp in Ohio.
Okay.
So last year we were there. There's this one Brazilian coffee lady.
Yeah.
She apparently has to fucking kill it because there's a 3-hour goddamn line every morning for her coffee.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if we can get another coffee vendor there, that would be very beneficial to Freak Stomp.
Yeah.
Very true.
100%.
I wasn't trying to wait in that line.
Right.
Nobody was, but apparently the people that got it was
People
fucking
needed their
tits,
coffee though.
dude.
Wow.
It's serious.
They loved her. It was pulled coffee,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. I'd say though, I mean, I'm giving out some gems right here, but you know, they say at festivals, you know, pizza is probably number one and coffee's number two.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But you know, there's a sweet spot. You know, you can because it's you know high margins but low price point. So you
Right.
really got to sell a lot of them. You got to sell a lot in order for it to work.
Where we can help your company out, man, is that a lot of our buddies, it's not corporate festivals, it's festivals that these bands are throwing on their own.
Right.
So it's not like you have to go in and buy a fucking,
GFF, all that kind of stuff.
Right, dude. It's like, hey, you pay us, a few $100 to help throw the festival. Well, you can come out and just throw up a slot.
Yeah, dope.
We'll give you an area.
Hell
Very
yeah.
professionally done. But yeah, you and our dudes in the band Bumpin' Uglies who are playing One Love, and we'll interview with them in a few days. So keep an eye out for that. You people on the live stream, we'll have Bumpin' Uglies on in a few days. They're phenomenal. They have a festival that they throw in, where is it, in Maryland?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, all of these, man, we can definitely get you linked in. Pre-rolls and coffee in the morning.
I mean, you can't beat it.
Oh, and you know what? Surprisingly, what would help having you come in is there's a lot of fucking people in these festivals that are in recovery that can't smoke down in the morning. So like when we go out and run our wake and bake interviews, or we're doing one on stage, and people can't burn with us, or there's a fucking somebody who can't, who's in recovery or something.
Right.
Well, dude, what's up with Hakuna Supply and the wake and bake?
Yeah,
man?
exactly.
We'll tag team that.
Exactly. I'll provide all the coffee for you and whatnot too. There you go.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be crucial. The wake would be a real wake and bake finally, instead of that for 8 p.m. whatever.
Yeah. Well, the pre-rolls are kind of cool too. We use it's hemp, right? And so we have really nice hemp that we bring in from Oregon, but we mix it with a bunch of herbs, so it's kind of like a spliff in a way. But we're putting like whether it's peppermint in it, lobila, St. John's wort, mugwort, and these things, pretty much they release terpenes, and so you get different kind of effects from it. You get different flavor profiles from it. So it's actually a nice long smoke.
What's your favorite?
I like the mint one.
Dude, mint all day, dude. I'm saying.
I have a story. We were in Vegas for a trade show, and I don't know if you guys ever heard of Fogo de Chao or Texas Day Brazil. It's one. Bro. So me and my sales guy, we went there, and of course we just massacred 3 pounds of weed. And
Churrasco for you.
They'll just keep bringing it to you.
Exactly.
Little pancetta.
Exactly. And
or panna cotta, sorry.
Yeah.
I said pancetta. That's Italian.
That is.
Yeah, fuck that up. Sorry, dude. My fiance is from Brazil, so I'm hip to all that.
I'm also Brazil.
Really?
Yeah.
Where from, dude?
From São Paulo. The state of São Paulo.
So is my fiance.
Yeah.
Do you know where?
She's from Campinas.
I don't know where that's at.
So it's about
I was all pumped.
Yeah. It's like an hour north. There's a pretty big university over there.
My fiance's from Santos.
Okay.
She's we're by the beach or beach town.
Santos got a soccer team.
Yeah. She actually just picked up for Christmas. She got like a big beach towel from the Santos.
The green, the big green.
And that's where Neymar and shit's all from too.
Really?
All those dudes. Yeah, I think who's the other big guy? Pele's,
Ronaldinho, Ronaldo.
Yeah, they're all from Santos.
It must be good players. I mean,
that's what I said.
I say Ronaldo is
you're
like
putting some soccer in your gene pool, huh?
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying. Dude, my
Exactly.
kid's about to be nasty in sports, dog.
Dude, Brazilians are taking over skateboarding, fucking.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, man. If I ever have a kid, he's about to be shitting on y'all and
the
shit.
Brazilian chick's pretty good.
Leticia Buffoni. Oh my god.
Oh, you're into skating?
Dude, I just really like Nyjah.
Dude, I want him to win gold at the Olympics so bad because that's like the top thing for him. That's the only thing left that he has to do.
Oh, he's never won gold at the Olympics?
This is the first year
for
him skateboarding.
First year skateboarding.
So I want him to take that, and it'll be like it'll be good for us. It'll be dope for him.
Exactly.
Fuck yeah.
That kid is just.
Yeah. Did you grow up skating out here?
I did. I wasn't more like shortboarding. But,
Okay.
you know,
Okay,
we like-
riding pennies and
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. We could take that thing to the mall. We'd go everywhere, man. I've got
It's like
scars.
riding away.
I've got scars, exactly.
Oh yeah, dude. How is it riding hills and shit? Having them in
Not on one of them.
in your backyard.
There's one hill by me. This is kind of a tangent here.
Does
man.
it have like no? That's
Dude,
how we
it's
do.
like, yeah.
That's how we roll,
Dude,
man.
it's like a steep hill, but the problem with it is that at the bottom of the hill they like redid the pavement.
So like,
Dude, no, not that. You just never slow down. You know?
that's what I'm saying. You just went.
Yeah, and you just keep going, and like at one point you're like, bro, I gotta jump.
I have to. I don't
My
bail.
board's just
Getting wheel bites a little bit. And
exactly.
like,
I'm
oh
like,
man.
I'm like, where's
Let
some
them
grass?
peanut
Where's some
butter
grass?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And then
Was there like a nickname for the hill? I feel like everywhere there's a nickname for a hill.
that was just called
There was
Deer
like-
Hill.
Like
No.
Devil's
I don't know how
Yeah,
I don't know how they do the incline, man. I've seen so many people bust their shit, like even at the bottom of the incline.
Yeah,
though, like
dude.
dude.
Crazy.
Mhm.
Crazy. Yeah, and you know, you got crazy buddies. I had a buddy who like bombed Mulholland Canyon before, and dude, he like almost fell off the cliff like twice.
Whoa.
I'm like, dude, you're an animal. You
That's,
know?
I mean, the adrenaline from that kind of shit is amazing,
Yeah.
you know. But like,
Dude, but some people can fall and like you think they
Fuck
should
your whole
break like
life up.
4 bones and they get pop up and it's like, oh dude, I'm like, dude, do you have bones? Like, what's going on?
yeah, but
Yeah, like-
but they have hella road rash though. You're
Yeah.
looking, they got tons of road. Man, that's real bad too. Road rash, all
Oh
of
yeah,
man.
yeah, exactly. Taking a shower later that day.
Ooh,
Just a
rough,
Yeah,
rough.
Yeah, it's like when people in Miami, there's no hills or anything, but longboarding is huge there,
Mhm.
and where they'll do their races in parking garages and shit.
Oh.
Some of those dudes will cut corners and have to use those hand pucks and shit,
Yeah.
dude. Oh, dude, I'm like, yo, you are nuts,
Yeah.
dog. I'm like, you're turning like right around a corner, but you gotta lean back and support yourself like this while you're turning.
Right.
I'm like, dude, you got a fucking problem.
Right.
Like, I seen a bitch do that, but that was on The Exorcist.
Yeah.
So back to Hakuna.
Yeah. So we
You're
started.
growing up around.
Grew up around
we're
here.
we're doing the whole history.
Yeah,
here,
exactly.
man.
We're going after.
Yeah, we're going in.
Day
We're
one.
going to childhood and all that.
Yeah.
So I even find out where your mom's from. Where's your dad from?
Yeah, Canada.
Oh, that's
Toronto.
right. I mean, where at? Oh, Toronto's dope.
Yeah,
bro.
Toronto. Yeah.
Toronto's fucking
Man,
cool.
if I leave California, I'll go to Toronto for a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Food's
dope.
there is
Cold.
amazing. The people are so nice.
Cold as
Women.
fuck.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Tell me about Toronto. Toronto women that's an untapped golden market right
Gold
there.
market, dude.
When are we going?
Yeah.
Dude, it's like honestly, Canadian women are beautiful. Like I don't know if you've been to Minnesota. Like you have,
Oh, yeah.
it's really similar. You have beautiful
Yeah,
women. I don't
yeah.
know. There's just something about Toronto women that I always found. I
The
had
problem with Ohio is that there's, for every one dime, there's 47.9
yeah,
fucking ones.
yeah.
Alright?
It's
And,
funny.
and so it makes like your 1 to 6 real bad.
Yeah.
But it makes your like 7 to 10s like real high.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like an average dude in California. I don't think I'm like a bad looking guy, but I'm not like a great looking guy. You know? And if I
I like to think that I don't look at guys.
It's okay. And when I go to the Midwest, I'm like, wow, like people are hitting on me.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying,
Oh,
dude.
wow.
West Coast 7
Yeah.
equals Midwest dime piece,
Yeah.
dog.
Exactly.
You gotta learn the ratios,
Yeah.
dog. There's a
Gotta
whole
get out
nother
of
scale that
California,
gets
dude.
in on.
Yeah.
Dog, and if you go to Arkansas, fuck, you're gonna clean up, dude.
Yeah.
Arkansas.
Right.
Yeah.
Or Oklahoma.
Any of those fucking places that people forget about.
Yeah. Getting to Canada's Oklahoma's a poppin' state right now.
Is it?
Cannabis, yeah.
Really?
Dude, we went through and we were like, whoa, we didn't even know that they have legal weed out here.
Yeah. we were-
So I mean, that's like the one better, dude. They're that much better than Ohio for that reason, but Ohio's still better.
yeah, yeah.
You guys
Our,
have some
our,
championships.
our legal weed is just
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
Do you know
garbage,
anything about
dude.
the Ohio industry?
No.
Oh,
They sell
Aiden, run it
We're
down.
the only
You got a
state
mic?
to sell
Yeah, you
weed
got
by
one.
the 10th.
By the 10th.
By the 10th. And guess how much
Hey, man,
that
you want a
10th
10th,
runs
bro?
you?
50?
50 for the 10th.
No
Maybe
way.
10.
Mm-hmm. And it's mids. It all smells like hay.
Maybe
What even
they
is a
have
10th? What is that, like 2.7 grams?
Yeah, like 2.8.
2.8.
Damn. kind of, that's like the worst. Like, I was like, I don't care. It's like, I'm so proud of. I got 2.8 grams. Like, dude, what do I do with this? Like,
For
can
$50?
roll like a blunt and a half.
Yeah. That's what you get, dog. That's what they expect you to do with mids too.
Yeah, like an eighth, you get like at least 2 solid blunts, or like, you know.
Yeah.
It's like,
Good. Yeah, you get a good fucking smoke on an eighth at least.
exactly.
Yeah, that's
Man.
for sure.
Yeah.
It's rough out there. It's rough out there.
Yeah.
Really,
Well, shit, that's why they got you.
But exactly,
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah,
we're doing.
yeah.
That's why I'm trying to be we're trying to be the forefront of pro legalization of marijuana for not only Ohio but for the U.S. Man.
Yeah.
Because what we do is we were just standing outside, according to the U.S. government. We were outside doing drugs. Schedule 1
drugs.
Drugs
Yep.
is what we were just doing 15 minutes ago out back.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well,
According
I'm
to
not
the
in
US
California,
government.
but U.S. government, yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm
See,
saying.
at least your state allows that type
Yeah.
of shit. Bro.
Yeah, in Ohio, it doesn't. I mean, shit's decriminalized and all that, but dude, it's like, hey, that's not what I'm not looking for. That, man.
Right.
This needs to be legal.
Right.
Little
by little, though, I mean, I think it's going faster than I thought. I mean, like, I feel like states are following recreational and medical.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah,
year.
but
agree.
then you
I
run
agree.
into the bullshit with rec. And Waldo, you
Oh.
want to explain some of the bullshit that we've run into with recreational stuff?
Oh, I mean, just...
Go and get into it. The sales pitches, how they, fuck product, they shelf switch.
Like, some of the stuff will just be old and, like, weed's like a vegetable. It's got a shelf life.
Right.
And, for example, James, who can't see, got some stuff last night here in California that's almost a year old.
Right.
And it was like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
Now, granted, it
fresh
isn't
frozen.
stay fresh
Right,
jars and
yeah.
all that, but come on. It's
Right.
like, dude, this is almost a year-old pot.
Right.
And I'm coming to a Cali to get some, I want some new
Some fucking,
exclusive
you're
fucking.
paying some good money
I'll give a
for
little
it, too,
shout
man.
out to Fidel Hydro.
Ooh, alright.
Yeah, check that guy out. That guy grows some vitamins.
Fidel Hydro.
Are you friends with him?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm
Okay,
gonna-
can get
He's
us in
from,
contact.
yeah, I
that
will.
out.
I'll get you as a contact. I think
Please,
he's
yeah.
over actually close to you guys too.
Oh, that'd be
For sure.
phenomenal, man. We're looking to connect with many good people because, like I said, for us, this is a trip to where we come out here to push really hard for the cannabis industry,
Yeah.
especially nationwide.
Yeah.
And this is the place to get at it.
Right.
And it's crazy because you go even to a place, Ohio, Indiana, or something, and you bring California nugs, and people are like,
Oh my god.
what,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
what? And then,
Oh my
for
God.
people like us that get to go around and experience, it's like, hey, this is, this was the mids. We smoked the good stuff already.
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and-
exactly.
Yeah, we all got mutual people, Fidel.
Yeah.
We all got mutual
Yeah.
people.
No,
so
he's
that's
a
good.
good dude. He's a super nice dude.
Hell
And yeah.
Yeah.
I'll connect you guys.
Hell yeah,
I'll
for
put
sure.
a little
Yeah.
message in then.
so when you're starting your CBD fucking stuff, where are you getting your supplies and stuff at the beginning?
Dude, in the beginning it was tough because, I mean, you guys are probably pretty knowledgeable on everything, but water soluble in 2017 was not really a thing, and I wanted to do beverages. That was what I wanted to do.
Yeah, so you had some floaty in there, huh?
Yeah, so it took me a while, and I connected with a guy in Colorado. And I got lucky because I guess some other dude contacted him to help formulate some coffee, and last minute the guy pulled out, and so these guys were ready
so
to
you were
formulate.
sitting there with it.
So you're sitting here with the formulation. 'cause
Wow.
Actually, truth, to go back a couple steps, I didn't want to do coffee. I wanted to do tea.
Okay.
I didn't want coffee. I wanted tea and pre-rolls. Because I just thought tea kind of fit better with the culture a little bit, but coffee's not.
Coffee culture is
Everybody loves
worldwide,
coffee.
man.
Yeah,
It stretches.
Exactly.
That's
Right.
like music, man.
Right, exactly. So I'm reaching out to a bunch of people, finding out maybe you can help me make some tea. How can I do it? Can I just put like some buds inside of a tea sachet and just brew it, kind of a thing? And so this guy connected me with this guy in Colorado, and he had it, and so that's how I started. So I was buying water-soluble coffee powder, pretty much. He was mixing it all together. Then I was adding it to my own coffee that I was importing in.
Right on, so it
Yeah.
helped that flavor.
Right,
So I was
exactly.
gonna say, because if anybody knows anything about instant coffee or water mixed coffee, it's fucking trash, dude.
Right. Although it's getting better. It's getting better. There's something called freeze dried, and they really like improved instant coffee a lot. So yeah. So
Must
just
check out.
Just throw it out. Freeze dried instant coffee. It's much better these days. But yeah, pretty much it was instant
I'm
coffee.
weary of
but I
what you
mixed
say,
it.
sir.
Yeah, exactly. But
I'm letting you know I'm very skeptical.
I've tried many cups of coffee in my life at this point. Many cups of coffee, and I'm telling you,
I trust you.
yeah,
You're from LA.
Yeah, there's not
coffee culture's huge.
Yeah,
here.
you lose a little of the flavor for sure, but it's not bad.
Okay.
You know,
I
I'd say it's better than the Starbucks burnt coffee if you ask me.
That's
Oh,
totally
yeah,
fine.
fuck
Yeah.
Starbucks anyway.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. And so, so that's how I did it. So I got this coffee powder, mixed it with my coffee beans. That's how I started. And then in 2017, smokable hemp wasn't a thing. So
I was gonna say, where were you starting to get the flour and
bro,
stuff
I'm on
from?
like Bud Trader. I'm like all these places trying to find some people.
Fucking the old Silver
yeah,
Road and shit, dude.
literally.
Yeah.
And then these guys are sending me pre-roll like already done pre-rolls, and I'm smoking this thing like this is disgusting. You know?
Trash, trash,
so
right?
bad, dude. I
Of
can't.
course.
Like I'm taking 2 hits of this thing, and I'm like, dude, I'm like coughing.
Coughing your balls off,
it's
tastes like it's barely Reggie.
Yeah, literally, like it tastes like I'm smoking dirt.
Yeah,
pretty much.
for sure.
Yeah,
You
like
probably were.
more or less, I probably was.
Yeah.
finally found a dude that I still buy from up
That's
in Oregon,
wonderful.
and so he was sending me stuff that was nice. I mean, it's much better now. You know, the genetics have improved.
Oh
in that
yeah.
world.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I think, to be honest, I'm pretty sure he was selling me marijuana that was just bred the THC out for the most part. you
Okay.
know.
It looks pretty nice. He showed
Yeah,
me.
and that's how it started. Now it's 10, but before it was like that, and then still wasn't tasting that good. So that's why I mixed the herbs with it. You know, and that's kind of how that whole thing started. Was like, how do I make the flavor better? I'm not trying to sell tobacco. You know, I want to mix tobacco with it, and so I just started looking up like
smokable herbs.
Smokable herbs, exactly. And so I just started making.
Started trying little by little, trying your different recipe. How much of this? How much of that?
Exactly.
How long were you staying until you landed? What were like some of the first flavors you landed on?
It started with like so it was like Damiano was always like the base of most smoking blends.
Yeah,
so
spice.
Started off, spice.
Yeah, spice.
Like not like spice, but like the spices.
Yeah, no, that's right. No, that's, back
not.
in the day, spice. That's what they used to spray the chemicals on. Was Damiano.
Oh, really? But there's but they give synthetic.
Yep.
Spice was synthetic.
Synthetic chemicals sprayed on Damiano.
Yeah, just to make sure everything I buy is USDA.
No, yeah, no, I was just pointing that out.
Yeah.
Man.
I was just making a connection there, sorry. Because we also sold that at the head
See,
shop.
I never knew what that was made out of.
Gee,
though.
nobody knows.
Yeah,
That's what
it
that
was.
is.
Yeah, it was Damiano sprayed.
Well, I knew it was sprayed with whatever chemical
whatever.
was legal.
At that time, right.
I didn't know what the
One
actual
of my
plant
first
was.
distributors was one of the biggest spice distributors, and that guy's in jail.
I bet.
That guy's in jail.
Makes sense. Makes sense, man.
Dude, this
That
guy
shit was like the crack version of heroin.
Dude,
It
I
was
smoked
bad.
it a few times. That shit got you trippy. Dude.
Smoke weed.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. That shit.
It was
got
like
you
it was like a heroin-y version of PCP.
Dude, I don't know that, but yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm
You never got wet before?
Sorry, yeah, you don't know me or my history.
Yeah, John told me a little bit, but yeah, I can't comment on those two.
Oh yeah, I'm a super hardcore ex-druggie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I used
You
to do it all, baby.
Yeah. They try everything.
Oh yeah, try everything multiple, and keep doing it. So you have an addiction to it.
Yeah, I mean, I love microdosing shrooms these days. But
See, that's a different
Yeah.
ballgame. Yeah, that's a good one. That'll keep you nice and happy.
I don't know what it is about microdosing shrooms, but I just feel like I'm on
What was
top
your
of
first
it.
experience with
It's dope.
shrooms?
Dude, my first experience with shrooms was a trip. I was in San Luis Obispo with about 5 buddies. Went to Montana de Oro State Park by the
Where's
water.
this at?
This is San Luis Obispo. It's about 2 hours north of here, Central California. Beautiful.
Oh,
area.
like Big Sur type shit?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
I camped out there
Yeah,
before.
exactly.
I
And
fucking love it there,
dude,
dude.
awesome. And it was just a foggy day, dude. Like
right cliffside and
Dude,
all that?
exactly,
Oh,
cliffside,
dude,
exactly.
go fuck yourself.
Dude,
That's wonderful.
It was wonderful, dude. And it was fog, and we thought the fog would be kind of shady, but the fog was dope because you
Started
like
shaping and
dude,
stuff.
yeah, exactly. So you see the
Seeing some
plants
kinda-
through the fog.
Yes.
And, hey, it was awesome. It
Oh,
was
what a
like,
wonderful experience, dude.
And then
how old were you?
Must have been 20.
Oh
19,
wow! Oh,
20.
that was late in the game for
Yeah,
some shrooms,
yeah.
for at least to what my standard.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I smoked weed when I was 15 probably, and I stuck to weed and alcohol, and then when I hit the college, then I was like, oh, all right, I'll try these things.
Well, that's that.
Yeah. No one's telling me when to be home. Like, fuck it.
Class? Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'll show up 5 minutes late tomorrow.
Yeah. Freshman year of college, that wasn't even a thing. I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Dude, that was why I ended up dropping out, man. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is not for me, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just partying full time now.
After my freshman year, I was like, dude, I gotta get out of the city because like I'm just not doing shit besides drinking and smoking and like. And you know when you wake up and it's just dirt outside and you just like, you're hungover and then there's not like a green and you just see dirt and cigarette butts, it's like, fuck.
100%, dude.
That's a bad feeling. It's like, oh god.
Yeah.
Alright, dude, where's the pop-up?
Legit. You're like, hey, man, I gotta do something. Yeah.
So
not feeling the same.
So I get out of there and like reset a little bit. So.
Right. So after that, so you're working with these suppliers and stuff, and then so what was that first one? That first like flavor you added in, where you're like, oh, this is something that I could market. What was that first?
So it started with Damiana, and then I tried adding like some lavender and stuff, but lavender was too much, you know. I felt like lavender, it kind of tasted like soapy a little bit.
Yeah, it's harsh too, man.
So then we added a little bit of mint to it. We added some like marshmallow root, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Catnip, you know.
Okay.
Catnip's actually like, so people think catnip's like something made, right? But catnip's just a plant, which I think is hilarious. You know, people spend like a lot of money for their cats to buy catnip.
I thought it was made too, dude.
Yeah, it's not. It's just a plant. So literally, catnip is a plant. So you're spending like a whole bunch of money to buy catnip from like these like brand catnip people. If you're a cat fan, you can literally just go to some farm and like buy catnip. You know, for like pennies on the dollar.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and so and catnip's an interesting one because catnip like it's not like minty, but it kind of makes your tongue tingle a little bit. You know, if you smoke a lot of it. And then
I feel like I probably sold some kid catnip in high school.
Yeah, and he probably liked it, to be honest. He's probably like, wow, this stuff's good.
Yeah, probably. Oh yeah, dude. That's what I was telling these guys the other day, man. One of my hustles that I did back in the high school was, you know, like the little licky strip on the envelope.
Yeah.
So I'd like use like an exo knife.
Yeah.
And I'd cut out that little like rectangle, right? And then I'd cut out little triangles and make it look like blotter paper. And then I would take one of those markers from back then that had like the little stamp on the end, like a smiley face or a heart.
Yeah.
And I would dab each one, and then I'd sell them as acid. And then these kids would come in like 2 days later and be like, dude, that trip was awesome, man. And I'd be like, yeah, wasn't it, bro? You want more?
Yeah, you get some Venmo requests later, like, yo, dude, give me my money back. I listened to your podcast today.
Oh man, I never actually thought about that. There's probably some kids that are gonna be like, "You fucking son of a bitch!" I remember buying those from you.
So yeah, that's kind of how it started. And then, you know, as it goes, you know, you start selling it, and you get feedback from your customers. So people will be like, "Yo, like, what's with the catnip?" And I'll explain it to them, and some people would not like it, some people would like it.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be a tough one to market.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's such a small ingredient. Like, you're not putting that much. You know, it's like pretty much like. You know, putting like,
get it,
putting
but
like
still,
6.7 of the hemp and then 0.3 of the herbs, you're mixing it together. You know, and so.
But at the same time, man,
they're still like, looking at the ingredients.
That's what I'm gonna look at.
Right.
Like, I'm not smoking fucking can. Get out of here.
Right. Exactly.
Crack anything I am.
Right. Exactly. So then we had to make more. So we started with the first one, and then people were like, I was getting feedback on the catnip a lot. And then, so we made one without catnip, and now we have 4 different flavors. Mm-hmm. You know, so now we just have like the regular one, a mint one, a clove one.
Oh, clove would be nice,
yeah,
dude.
The clove is nice if you like
I used to smoke clove cigarettes.
Yeah.
Dijon's.
Right, exactly. So the clove's nice.
I smoked the Bali Highs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Those are the shit. Yeah. But then I found out that like they make your lungs bleed a little bit.
They're not bad. They're not good.
Yeah, not at all.
That's
but,
crazy.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude. You don't want. This is rough tobacco, dude. This is like these were like those cigarettes where people like you pulled out a pack and they were like, oh, you smoke those.
Yeah. These were like back when we were underage and
exactly.
American Spirits weren't even stores. They were only like head shops.
Like
and then and then you could just get the clove cigarettes too. We're like, oh yeah, we're underage. We're smoking the clove cigarettes. You know, we're cool. But they were shit technically. Really, when it came down to
it. There's times where I like would buy Swishers to roll blunts, and then I'd be like, I'm gonna smoke a Swisher. You know, like that kind of shit. Yeah,
I've done that when I was
some Black and Mild.
Back in my broke days.
Exactly.
Dude, when I needed cigs or something.
Hey, that's a good Nick fix, I guess. Though, if you really need
it. Man. But after you fucking hit it a couple times, you're like, dude, I gotta put this thing away. I'm just gonna throw it.
Yeah. You have the plastic tip.
These were obviously not meant to be smoked like this, dude.
Plastic tip just tastes like grape, but like shitty grape.
Yeah. It's like people if you they try to smoke a White Owl.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Whoa, that's not. I'm gonna throw up, bro.
And now it's all about the Fronto leaf, so.
Yeah.
If I smoked blunts, I would fuck with Frontos.
I have yet to smoke one of those, man.
Dude, I don't even use Frontos for the blunt. Honestly, I rest spliffs.
For spliffs,
so I just heat it up and I'll like just crush it up and put it inside.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I think it's better than tobacco. I mean, cigarette tobacco.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like fucking with those too much.
I'd be down to smoke one of those Fronto leaves.
Yeah, I got some Fronto.
What is it exactly?
It's just a full tobacco leaf.
Mm-hmm.
It's
just
so it's like
you peel it yourself.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like a peel it yourself tobacco.
Well, at least it's all natural.
It's all natural, exactly.
Oh, so I see why people fuck with them.
Right, but they're tough, dude. You know, they are pretty strong. You know,
yeah.
They're definitely hitting it's like a fucking tobacco leaf. You know.
Okay.
That's like
it's heavy.
If you've ever hit a backwood with very little pot in it.
Yeah.
It's a similar amount of nick fix.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if the backwood's a Fronto leaf or not, but it's pretty much the same.
No, but they're very similar.
Very similar. Very, very similar.
Okay, yeah, I can flip a wood. I've never fucked with those.
Yeah, they're chill.
You ever had a blind blunt before?
Is that when you roll it?
Yeah.
No, I have not.
Yeah, what are you doing tonight?
Yeah, maybe tonight.
Yeah, we can link up, bro.
Yeah.
For sure, I'll roll you a blind blunt.
Yeah.
But I do, in the meantime, want to get back to talking about your company.
Let's do it.
Because that's what the main focus is here.
Right. Oh, I'm just enjoying the conversation.
That's what I dig about doing this show, man. Is that's how I do it with everybody.
Yeah.
We talk about your shit, but we're gonna kick it.
Yeah,
we're gonna have a good time on the Wake and Bake, man. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And
what's
the next thing?
So the next thing, then I made a huge mistake at that point. I made a big mistake in the business at that point. Was I had these coffees, the pre-rolls, and I was doing eighths too because it just made sense. I was buying nugs and breaking them down, so why not just sell the eighth?
Why not?
And so I had those 3 products, and people were liking the products a lot. But my mistake at that point was instead of trying to gain market share and sell, I was too fixated on creating more products and making a brand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that was a huge mistake because in 2017, 2018. CBD was just an open market, and there wasn't these huge white labeling factories that any fucking Joe on the corner could start a CBD business for $1,000.
Yeah.
You know, and so instead of I was creating all the products myself for the most part. So I spent a lot of time sourcing things and finding different products, ingredients that fit the brand. Which is like a vegan holistic brand.
Yeah.
And
that's huge, especially having a West Coast brand.
Right.
You got to.
Right, but I had the 3 products that were doing well, and I just thought that I wasn't doing that much sales, and people were reaching out to me, and life was good. You know?
So you're like, all right, let's diversify my company.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And I just kind of figured that it would stay the same.
But you jumped the gun.
But I didn't. I could have just hired a bunch of salespeople and just taken smoke shops everywhere.
Yeah.
And I didn't do that. I was like, I'm making some money. Mm-hmm. This is chill. I'm gonna reinvest this money into the company, make new products.
Yeah.
Little did I realize that these factories were gonna start
gonna push to every fucking
right. And
outlet,
so in 2017, 2018, it was good. We were making products. We were selling stuff. And then
You're good.
Yeah. And then 2019 hit, and all of a sudden, dude, everybody has a CBD company. And so 2019 got a little bit harder in the sales cycle, you would call a smoke shop, you'd call a store, they'd want to know more about your products, they'd want to see everything you provided, but they'd be like, you're like the 7th person to call me today trying to sell me, hemp flower or, whatever it might be. And so 2019 was like, oh shit, I wish I focused more on creating more distribution than, creating more products and more branding and more PR.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the one thing I look back and I was like, ooh, I wish I just sold more instead of trying to create it all. But the whole time, we were doing these cafes, we really gained a loyal audience. We met good people, John for Abracadabs or Fidel Hydro.
I was just saying, you're probably running into good people at these events you're hitting, as opposed to just being locked down at a facility.
Right, exactly. So I got to network a lot, and I got to meet a lot of good people, which helped sustain the business in the hard times and whatnot. Sure. And yeah, so that's pretty much where it's went. And now now I'm just trying to kind of reduce the line, focus on the products that sell more. Create easier and faster.
Become known for something.
Right, exactly.
You're a couple of things.
Right, exactly. And so we're known for the coffee. People like our flour. We package in the bamboo. We do our own engraving with it.
I'm a big fan of that tea, man. I'm telling you, it's one of the best tasting teas.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So that's Buddha Tea. So we distribute for Buddha Tea. So there's a couple of people that we distribute for. As long as it fits the vegan, holistic vibe. And so Buddha's a great company. We work a lot with them. We also do a company called Happy J's Chocolate. They do some vegan dark chocolate.
Ooh, dude. Let me get some of those to take home.
Sure.
Because my fiance is a fiend for dark chocolate, and she deals with aches and pains and high anxiety.
Right.
Same very high anxiety, same shit I kind of deal with.
Right.
And so But she's afraid to try just like CBD tinctures and shit like that.
Exactly.
So if I can get it in a dark chocolate, hopefully she's not watching right now. I can sneak it to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then she'll notice that like a couple days in, she'll be like, "Wow, I'm just feeling good," and I'll be like, "Yeah, dude, I don't know."
Chocolate.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna like day 5, I'm gonna be like, "All right, look, so here's what's going on.
Yeah.
I've been dosing you with CBD daily, and now you're gonna listen to me and be like, oh, I should have listened to you a year and a half ago."
Yeah, exactly. A lot of those stories.
And then I'm gonna be like, my favorite thing to ever say to anybody, I'm gonna be like, "I told you so."
Right, exactly. the best.
So when did you start going into the boxes and the stash stuff?
So that was 2015, 2016 was that. And so, like I said, I was going downtown, I was buying just cheap stuff and putting it in there, calling it starter packs. Nothing branded, just everything was blank. Sometimes we'd put like some Bob Marley shit on it, whatever it was. But nothing like Hakuna.
Right, I was gonna say, when did the Hakuna Supply
started?
thing?
I launched Hakuna in June. I incorporated in June of 2016. Okay, was when I officially incorporated, when I got all the stuff. And then I started, working with factories overseas. Well, first I started here, local factories, paying a lot, but I liked it was local, but it was just not sustainable.
Right.
So I went overseas and started importing, the bamboo jars, the bamboo tumblers, those kind of things. And I created like a whole wood look. So before it wasn't all wood, it was like, it could have been like a metal tin or a glass jar, just whatever. Like downtown was like, oh yeah, I got a bunch of these I want to get rid of. And
give me those wholesale.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then I started creating more of a like higher end. Then I found a guy locally who was doing some engraving, so I would bring stuff to him and he would engrave it. Then in 2017, I went to a show and I bought my own engraving machine. So, just like little by little making investments. My strategy is always like, be lean. Don't overbuy if you can't. You don't have to overbuy. Make things blank because trends change. So, if someone likes spiritual stuff now, but they want a weed leaf later, whatever it might be, so be able to adapt quickly. Yeah. I really wanted to make more personalized things to consumers, but I haven't been that successful in making a really easy step-by-step process. Like think about Nike or Vans. If you go on their website,
design your own shit, and it ships to you 2 weeks later.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was trying to do something like that, but I had some trouble. I brought some guys in to do some coding stuff, and just never really ran that smooth.
That's a tough thing to get done. Something like that can run you hundreds of thousands to get a smooth program like that.
And I wanted to be like really interactive. Like I wanted you to be able to like drag things on there. And,
I was gonna say that's the ideal thing you have to do is like if you have a picture or something, drag it, drop it, and show what it would look like laid over it.
Exactly. And so it was hard to get something that step by step. But it ended up you just do something. You get the engraving machine and you just find so many uses for it. So now we make all of our own little coasters, like that one right there. We cut that out ourselves on the table. We make our own, stand, shelf displays and stuff like that. We cut everything out of wood. We do.
So you guys aren't just. You just aren't making boxes for just paraphernalia and stuff. These could be jewelry boxes. These are versatile fucking things you're making. They're like works of art for someone.
I appreciate that. That's kind of how I started with the idea. It wasn't. Even though it was cannabis focused Hakuna, like the corporation name was Products Group.
And that's kind of what you needed your box for, but as far as, you're looking at, this is, it's a box, everybody can use a box for anything.
Right, exactly. And that was the idea. The idea was value adding. So it was about getting the boxes, adding cannabis stuff, or getting the boxes and adding, because I said tea because I was doing boxes filled with tea before too.
Right.
Not Buddha teas, just like regular tea. Yeah. And we were doing like spiritual boxes and college boxes and just a bunch of value added stuff. But it just, supply chain got out of control. I was buying like condoms, I was buying Q-tips. I was buying,
unneeded shit that you're gonna have excess when it doesn't sell.
Right, exactly. And it's just a lot on Amazon, like focusing on Amazon so much. That whole situation, and so
I think you made the right move by saying, all right, here, let's refocus this company to
cannabis.
I was just saying, not just cannabis, but not a niche audience, but that personal touch to it, instead of, I'm going to do these promotional things, like for any fuckboy going to college who's going to need, pretend that he's using, a 30-pack of condoms in a box.
Right, exactly.
Just so he can flex and show his friends.
Right, exactly.
No, how about this cool fucking box where we can personally engrave it? You can use it for whatever the fuck you want.
Right.
But we'll make this, custom to you, man. Right. And this is, it's going to be quality because it's Hakuna.
Right. But I am moving it more to custom because like all the boxes are going to start coming with a rolling tray.
So I'm saying, and then you can, somebody's going to see that and be like, one day, Is that a Hakuna box?
Right.
And you'd be like, fuck yeah, dude, that's a Hakuna box, bitch, one of the OG ones.
Right, exactly. In the beginning, I was actually drilling everything together. The company I was making it locally, they weren't putting any hardware in. So they would cut the boxes and glue the boxes, but I was putting in, the hinges, I was putting in the lock, I was putting in all that kind of stuff.
That's a lot of manual labor,
dude, so much. And then we were mosh podging.
Tedious as fuck.
We like hand-painted boxes.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool.
See, that's the type of shit where with your company now, you got to collab with other artists
right.
and shit, have them come in and paint some boxes.
Right.
Like, we'd like to hook, I think it'd be cool to hook him up with, like, the couple of the people that we met through Jerome Baker. Like, getting him hooked up with, who's the dude that did the Garbage Pail Kids shit? Toothless. He's like one of the original artists for Garbage Pail Kids.
Right.
So if you had him come in, do some custom boxes.
Right. Number them.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, dude.
Would be big.
Then bam, you've got work of art,
right.
Hakuna boxes that are premium,
right.
and now you have a hype beast brand.
Exactly. And you get to collaborate,
That's what I'm saying.
Hakuna by Toothless.
By
right,
Toothless.
right.
Holy
Exactly.
shit, dude. I got one of 200 Toothless Hakuna
right.
boxes that I stash my shit in.
Exactly.
There it is, dog.
Dude, that's a great idea.
And so we tried doing some. There's a
Your
girl
boy's
called,
mind is working.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, there's a girl called Badwood that I want to do stuff with. She partnered with Cloud9 Vapes.
Okay.
I think they're gone at this point, though.
I'm pretty sure they are.
Yeah, I think like the whole corporation, like there was like 4 people, 2 of them split off and started another company, and then they dominated like Cloud9 or something like that. I think that's true because they're local to here. Okay. And and so she's like, I think it's a whatever it is. Whatever, the conflict of interest is what it's called.
Yeah.
And so she's like, I don't think I can do it. And then there's a couple other people that I tried reaching out to, and then
I'd like to get you linked up with somebody that we know through some people. This guy Justin Roberts.
Yeah. That'd be dope.
Waldo, do you want to pull up some Justin Roberts we can show him?
Or my phone's
yeah.
dead,
you can. Well, Cooch, you got anything?
Cooch got it.
Word. So I can show you some of what Justin Roberts paintings are. Dude, if we got you some of his, man, he goes on the road with that band Tropodelic I was telling you about.
Dope.
Does art every night on the road and sells live paintings. Yeah, and then they are fucking phenomenal works of art. But dude, if I know that me and about 500 other major Trop fans would buy a Hakuna Justin Roberts box.
Yeah.
That's a guarantee.
Yeah.
And we're willing to pay premium.
Oh yeah, this is dope.
Right. Paying
on the
premium
spot,
for that.
on the spot during shows and stuff.
Right.
Like, man, he's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shouts to Justin Roberts.
Yeah.
At
that's
Roberts art.
That's what I'm saying. That was one of the first names that popped in my head when I thought custom boxes, dude.
That would be an awesome box.
How
Holy
quick
shit.
would those go?
Yeah, he's got that Ventura Theater one right there, which is pretty dope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Is that that's kind of what I like about the ability to kind of like, it's like a blank canvas in a way.
It totally is, man. Totally is.
And I really like that part of it. And like even the box, it's like it's just a box. And I like collaborating with companies, right? And so I always tell the marketing team, like, what companies are we collaborating with this quarter? Let's go find some companies. Let's go find some vape pens. Whatever it might be. It goes in the box. It's not conflicting with me. Like, even if there's a super cool jar company, I'm down to put their jar in my box and like take some photos. Like, there's no problem with that. I do bamboo jars, but like, there's no reason that I can't have another jar in there. Not every single person wants a bamboo jar.
Dude, jar inside of a jar. Jarception, dude. Just like the bongception, dude.
Exactly.
That people I was just talking about Jerome Baker.
Yeah.
He does bongception. It's a bong inside a bong.
Yeah, I know Jerome Baker.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, he's a dope guy. You went to Vegas? You stopped in Vegas?
Yeah, man.
We went to the Dream Factory.
I'm going on the Baker cast, and when we finish up One Love.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
that's
man.
Dope.
Cool
that's
fucking
dope.
people.
Yeah.
Dude. But yeah, like that's what I'm saying, dude. We can make this work, man. We know a lot of people that I'd like to get in touch and do boxes.
Yeah.
with.
I'm just gonna keep sending you Girl Scout cookies,
Dude,
that
totally.
I gotta get like a pound of Girl Scout cookies every month. I'm gonna send you one.
Dude, yeah, we're cool with that. It's fine.
I'm paying you in Girl Scout cookies, bro.
Oh,
nobody ever pays me in Girl
No,
Scouts.
no one ever pays me treading layers.
That's funny.
All right, so what? Yeah, and then so you start making these boxes, all right, and then you start getting into this more customized end. And then when did you start getting into the security features and the fingerprinting?
So that's recent. So we're just launching that. So I'm hoping to have it at the Champs Trade Show on February 28th. We're gonna do a big launch on there. Just the box. I thought that it was like this small little niche industry and whatnot, and like no one would ever get into it because who's trying to sell stash boxes? And like a year and a half, 2 years later, it used to be like literally me and like Raw had like a kind of a shitty box, and then and I'll give them a shout out too. But Canador had their fucking boxes, and it was like us three. That was it. Like those were the only people selling stash box. You had Hakuna, Canador, and like Raw had some just like super cheap ones.
Yeah.
And there's a guy, dude, it was actually kind of shitty, but this guy I was working downtown who I was buying most of my stuff from, right? So there's one guy I was buying most of my grinders and jars and everything from, and this dude sends me a fucking picture message one day. He's like, yo, what do you think? And it's this box. I'm like, bro, what do you mean what do I think? It sounds like you're copying my fucking company. Like,
right.
I'm buying a bunch of stuff from you. Like, why would you
putting it in my box?
Yeah, like, why would you like go and like
do a box?
Yeah, why would you go do a box? He's like, oh, dude, no, it's not like your box. Your boxes are much nicer than my box. I'm like, so you're just gonna make a fucking cheap ass box that looks super similar to my box?
Yeah.
That people on Amazon won't know the difference.
No.
You know, and so he started bringing in a bunch of like just cheap boxes and putting out a low price, and so that was
buying those old pack of tans boxes.
Yeah, exactly. And so that was kind of when I was like, okay, I gotta now start making some more innovative things. You know, got the competition on Amazon got a little harder. Amazon got a little stricter with what you can sell and what you can't sell. And so I was like, okay, let's go find out something that's a little more unique, a little harder to copy. You know, we're working with like 4 different factories in China, and like we're trying to make it really hard for them to copy it. So we have like one factory sending stuff to another factory, sending stuff to another factory. You know, so we're trying to create layers.
Right.
Yeah, and we're starting with this box, but we want to make all kinds of cool fingerprint stuff. You know, like hidden rolling tray compartments with fingerprints. You know.
Yeah, dude.
Just things that like are easy to take on the go. You know, stash bags with fingerprints, like the whole thing. So we pretty much have like 5 prototypes.
That's crucial for being on the road for people like us too.
I'd buy a carbon lens.
Yes, we would.
Fingerprint.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, we would.
Exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
We would.
And the thing
we'll
too,
take 3 now,
yeah,
right now.
Right? And the thing too is that the way a lot of the regulations are being set up, they want you having it locked away. You know, so it needs to be locked.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you know, and fuck, man, a key is cool and all, and you can have a key, but like it's so much easier. Like, you know, your phone's fingerprint. Like the world's moving to biometric stuff. So you know, stay with the world. You know, just put a little fingerprint on there. Like those fingerprint, the box that we have has up to 10 fingerprints. So you can do your fingerprint. You have your fiance's fingerprint. Whoever else needs to be in the box can have a fingerprint to the box.
Those
Right,
are awesome.
so not only is it crucial, but I mean, if you have shit, you just any kind of thing you want to keep safe and secure at home, well, bam, dude.
It's just another security box.
That's fucking awesome.
But it's a custom security box.
Exactly.
Now, I mean, even if you have like a small handgun or something that you do, that's
exactly.
Like,
so the guy who helped me source all this stuff, he asked if it was okay. I said, yeah. He wants to make like photographs, so like, you know, canvases with fingerprints, so you can like hide a gun behind the photograph.
Dude.
Yes.
Yeah, like that kind of stuff.
Tap into that market.
Yeah,
exactly.
These are great fucking moves.
Right.
I am a big fan.
Yeah.
Where can I invest?
Yeah.
Shut up and take my money.
I can tell you exactly where to invest, but
I can tell you exactly where to invest. Yes.
Yeah, and then the cool thing too is like, you know, most of these things that like do have fingerprints are like metal, you know, and so we're trying to bring like a natural look to it with the wood.
Right.
And so that's kind of the idea. Is like, you know, how can we bring like a natural,
make it classy, dude.
Right, exactly.
Like I said, when I first walked into this motherfucker, it smelled like a wood factory that I went to in Sorrento, Italy.
Right.
And I was like, oh man, I know this smell. This is a great smell. Like there's some good work being done in here.
Right. Yeah. Gotta keep that engraving machine going, you know. If it's not going, you're losing money.
The fact that you're doing wood makes it that much more personal and better because it means it seems more quality and there's more care put into it.
Yeah.
With it being wood, somebody had to cut that shit, sand it down, finish it.
Right.
As where plastic comes out of a machine ready to ride.
Yeah, and then, you know, wood, you can recycle the wood, you know, you can repurpose the wood.
Sustainable,
and
yeah.
And so that was a big part of, you know, all the decision making. Like every decision that we try to make in the company has to do with sustainability. That's like our core ethos. So even we use wood, right? We're taking trees down.
I'm happy that you brought up that word ethos. I didn't mean to cut you off, but a lot of people don't know about, you know, ethos, pathos, and all that.
Right, exactly. And so.
Did you go to business school?
I did.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah, I went to entrepreneurship. You know, one of the weirdest degrees you can get.
No, that's I was business and marketing.
Yeah. I mean, that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah,
but,
no, that's what my show is, dude.
Yeah.
I get into business.
Yeah.
We can talk books, music,
exactly.
pot, dude, all of that,
all
man.
things.
We're versatile fuckers here at the Wake and Bake, dog.
Exactly.
We're not your basic stoners, man. We sesh really fucking hard. But we watch a lot of documentaries too. We read a lot of books. All right, we read a lot of books.
Yeah, I got like the business books. But
that's me, dude. I listen all the podcasts. I listen to our business podcast.
If you like business podcasts, I've been listening to Impact Theory.
Ooh, I haven't heard of that one.
So it's not so much about business, but it's the guy who started Quest.
Okay.
The nutrition company.
Waldo's obsessed with Quest, trying to get him a sponsorship.
Oh yeah, so the guy who started it, he does this impact theory. He sold it, right? But he did the impact theory, and it's about like how to use your brain, right? And it's like really in-depth conversation about how like people's like sociology and you know how they use their brain, how you can change the way you think, and how all of this stuff really impacts businesses and thoughts and ideas and processes and all those kind of things. It's a great podcast.
That reminds me of the one I was listening to the other day. I listened to a couple of them called like How I Built This, Pitch, Planet Money, Math and Magic.
Oh yeah.
You know, all those ones. I forget which one I was listening to the other day, but I was
Freakonomics, dude.
Freakonomics is my shit, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Get on it. You ever heard of Cashed Out? You gotta listen to Cashed Out podcast. All right, just the band is dope too. If you want to listen to the band Cashed Out, they're awesome guys. Shout out, they're fucking dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Cashed Out podcast is really good. It's just it talks about different smaller pocket hustles, I guess.
Right.
You know, little ways that you could either improve just your basic life or your company.
Right. Exactly. It's kind of impact theory because it's not like about business, but it definitely has to do like, you know.
Yeah, it breaks down.
Relates to like, you know, how you think about your business. And they do talk about business stuff, but it's really about like your thought process in your business decision or in your life decisions. It doesn't have to be about business at all. It's just a good one.
That's fucking sweet.
But I guess what I was saying too is that what Box is that we partnered with a company called One Tree Planted. And so every time we sell a box, there's a code that we give you. You go onto our website. There's about 8 spots, and you can choose a spot, whether it's in Canada, the United States, and we'll pay and plant a tree in that.
That's fucking great, dude.
Yeah, so that's part of like the circle of life mentality.
That's amazing.
Damn right.
Yeah,
dude.
So definitely check out One Tree Planted as well. They're a really cool organization.
Oh yeah, make sure we plug them and get them tagged up on something, man. That's really cool shit.
Yeah, we commend that.
Yeah, man, for sure. I mean, Waldo's the biggest wook in our crew. And he's all about the earth.
Yeah, we also do. It's a little different. We've gone through a few different kind of like vegan animal organizations. We work with a company called Mercy for Animals now, and it's about ending factory farming.
Okay.
And so it's a cool one, and it's actually interesting. I went to the event last year, and I guess there's a lot of people who did like chicken coops and whatnot, which are like disgusting. I've never seen like a factory farming kind of thing. But I guess it's the same build layout and pretty much structure as like an indoor hoop house, something like that. And so a lot of these people are transferring these chicken coops into like hemp farms and whatnot. And so it's actually interesting how like you're seeing like
circle come around,
right? Because it's like, you know, okay, people don't want us doing, you know, factory farming. You know, we're getting exposed by this Mercy for Animal company, and they try to help. You know, they try to like go and not just expose them, but it's like, okay,
but to be like, here's what you can do.
Yeah, not just like try to put them on blast.
Put them on, because like, fuck PETA.
Right, exactly. And that's the thing about PETA. You know, it's like so black or white for them.
Yeah, fuck PETA.
You know, it's either like fuck you or like
I'm a strong fuck PETA
Me
guy.
too.
Yeah.
Me too.
And so that's the thing I like about Mercy for Animals, because they find that middle ground where it's like, it's not like fuck you guys. It's like, okay, you know,
it's like,
you're trying to
let's try to help. Like, here's what you can do.
Here's some other options of like, you know, things you can use this for. Like, here's like better ways or more ethical ways to like raise chickens.
Right. Like, we passed a big fucking cow farm thing on our way here, coming through Texas.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was thousands of. But what was cool about it, that I told Kucha, was like, yeah, that's obviously a slaughterhouse and farm. Like, there's no fucking question about that. But all of these cows were outside grazing in a pasture.
Right, exactly.
I was like, are they locked up in pens? He's like, no, they're outside. I'm like, well, good on that company at least.
Exactly. You just smelled it, didn't
well,
you?
They got
it. Because I think it smells so bad.
Dude, it smelled bad for at least 10 miles after that.
Yeah, it was in my nose.
It was quite
and it fucked me up.
Waldo was sleeping
I went
at
to
that point, so.
I went to like, because I bite my nails a lot, so I went to like bite my nail, and then the smell hit me, and I was like, what's on my fucking finger, dude? I was like, Cooch, is that outside or is that my hand? He's like, no, that's outside, dude. I was like, all right, word. I thought I fucking shoved my finger in something unknown, dog, and it's rough over here. I just put it in my mouth too.
Exactly. Yeah, and so it's always good, you know, especially as a company, and I think in this, you know, industry and the culture of cannabis and whatnot, because I think it is like a pretty, you know, empathetic culture, you know, and we think about things and we want things to like run, and you know, it's kind of like, you know, using the earth and whatnot.
Have you thought about looking into getting those, like the new hemp grinders and shit like that?
I have the plastic, it's the plastic hemp and whatnot. Dude, they're cool and whatnot. They don't work that well.
Yeah,
and then
that's what I've heard.
They get dull and they get super sticky, and it's like really expensive. And
I can imagine.
You know, and so it's kind of like,
what's the way to go then? I mean,
well, I like the metal ones because they're reusable. You know, it's not like you're like using it and throwing it away. You know, it lasts for a long time. You know, I mean,
wood grinders are the shit too, though, for real.
Yeah, there has been some cool wood ones that come out, but in the beginning I was doing some wood ones, but like
teeth
magnets.
break off.
Yep.
That's the beef I
Well, it was like
suppose.
wood and metal.
I was gonna say, if you did metal teeth with the wood shell.
Yeah. They're not always ideal to
That's
clean
what I
though
always
either
thought,
though.
but the teeth still always busted on me.
Really? Yeah. It never like fit together. Like you'd use it a few times and like it would start like kind of falling apart.
Yeah, you try to or you try to take it off, or you try to put it on, and it would just give you trouble. Yeah. I understand.
Fuck, man, like the ones that we have, like the Santa Cruz shredders, like fuck, man, it's pretty like. And that's like like people are always like, yeah, exactly. People are always like, why don't you make a better grinder? I'm like, bro, like you don't really need a better grinder.
As long as it grinds and catches the pollens.
Exactly. What else can you really do? People do like the metal ones, like I'm like, dude, like what are you like lazy to fucking twist your hands or something?
I'm a coffee grinder kind of person because I'll shred it a little bit. I'm not gonna go and pulverize shit.
Right.
But I'll shred it a little bit, but then that's the best way that I find that I can catch keef on the top of my container. So
exactly, like 3 twists. That's all I do.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like it when it's a little more like fluffy and
dense, you don't want it to be. I mean, when it's like powder, it's easy to roll, but then it's like you whirl it too tight, it burns quick, you know. So
exactly. And so people always said like, well, how can you improve the grinder or the jar? I'm like, the jar you can probably improve. There's ways to improve the jar.
Different.
Different. Improve. A jar's a jar.
Right.
Lock tight. Stay fresh.
Right. Exactly. But like, I try to look for a grinder and like thinking of ways to make it better, but it's like, fuck, man, it's like pretty simple.
Yeah.
I think maybe you can make something a little more eco-friendly.
It's like a bowl, dude. You know how a bowl works?
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty time tested.
Exactly. Although I want to say, grinders are probably one of those things that most people don't know. Like I think that's like the number one thing. Like when there's like an old person that you meet, they're always like, "What's this?"
With my hand.
And then
I'm just breaking it with my fingers.
It's like, how does it work? Like, do you put the nug in there?
Do you shake it?
Yeah. Those ones always get me. I'm like, oh damn, the grinders. People just don't know the grinders.
You guys seen those quarter threaded ones yet? Like instead of a full thread going around the grinder, it's quarter threaded, so you just have to kind of lock and click.
Go like this.
Yeah, it's super sweet.
That's a good idea.
That's like the Cali Crusher I have back at the house in Ohio.
Yeah.
Like that's got quarter threads all the way.
That's a smart idea because the fucking threads always get sticky.
And it takes forever. And if you cross thread it, you're fucked.
And then also because you're just doing it, so fucking keef and shit gets caught in the threads. Yeah. When it gets caught in the threads, like, and I hate that fucking sound. It's like, oh god, when you're like twisting and it's like, ooh.
Or when you get the
yeah, that's what I was saying. It's brutal. It's brutal. So that's a good one. There you go. That's an improvement. Yeah.
Quarter threads are cool idea.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. So what other products you guys are working on? What's the future aside from the lock boxes? With
So that's the accessory side. It's really going like fingerprint technology, and then on the other side, like you guys tried the little espressos. We're doing instead of Keurig cups, we're doing Nespresso pods. So so they're gonna be coffee, but like I was saying, I want to make things more holistic and herbal.
Yeah, because those Keurig pods are fucking bad for the environment.
Right, and so we're bringing in biodegradable ones. So we got a company in Australia that we found that make biodegradable pods.
Waldo, there it is, bro.
Yeah. That's what I want.
And then
he quit using his Keurig.
Yeah. Dude,
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
And they say it's recyclable, but like no one's recycling it.
Who's throwing away these little tanks?
Yeah, that's true.
You have to empty the coffee out of it first, rinse it out.
Yeah, otherwise they get tossed.
Right,
yeah, because it's got bio whatever.
Right, exactly. And so the biodegradable, and then we're doing more instant, like not like instant coffee, but like instant blends. So like with the mushrooms and the ashwagandha, tulsi, whatever it might be. So more like, and so I want to call them more like boosts or stuff like that, so not really like a...
Could you get into making like a sort of a custom one by chance?
Yeah, we're going to be doing custom formulations, all that kind of stuff.
Cool, so I would like to get like a super high concentrated milligram of CBD mixed with something that's like stomach settling.
So like a ginger.
Yeah. Like I'd like ginger, like an orange ginger tea.
Right.
Oh, dude.
Exactly.
Hook it up.
Yeah, that's what mint's great for that stuff too.
That's why, I dig mint a lot.
Yeah, and so exactly. That's our idea. It's like so we got the machinery, and so now we're just testing formulations and whatnot. My thing when it comes to CBD and whatnot, I do try to go more like full spectrum. I want to get terpenes in it. So whether it's like I don't need terpenes from cannabis or whatnot, I'm not trying to get really synthetic terpenes.
But you need terpenes.
Right. So, but mint has terpenes in it. Chamomile has terpenes in it,
Orange,
so it's just
pine.
Exactly. And so just kind of finding like herbs that will, give you the terpenes that you want. And so I don't like when people like call things like, you know, in CBD they go like dream CBD tincture and they're just fucking throwing a shit ton of melatonin in that.
Yeah.
You know? And so I want to find things that like are like super herbal. So whether it's chamomile, you know, I'm saying the same ones, but you know, I like mushroom stuff a lot. You know, lemon stuff a lot. Ginger's great. Turmeric's great.
Like a lemon balm would be cool too, because like if we did like a lemon one.
Right.
I mean, for me, like a reason I would like super high CBD is I'm very anxious. Told you that.
Yeah.
And then stomach problems, and then I'm diabetes. I'm type 1 diabetic. So if there's something that's like even infused with like berries and stuff, that's awesome, because anything like berry is very good for blood sugar.
Right.
So yeah, dude. I mean, I'd love to fucking work in some custom shit.
Right.
Some wake and bake tea brand,
Oh,
bro.
shit.
That
Tea.
Blind James wake and bake tea, bro.
Right. And then the world came down to, you know, convenience and single serve, and we're gonna do all like biodegradable packaging for the single serve. I mean, that's really easy. It's just paper, anyways.
Shit.
And so, so it's like, you know, good sustainably. It's good for the environment. You know, it will biodegrade pretty fast. You can make, you know, really great mixes. You know, you can make them for certain things quickly. You know, you just gotta, you know, as long as we have all the ingredients lined up and we're figuring out, okay, we gotta put, you know, half a gram of this and, you know, this much of that, and, you know, I want some CBN in it for sleep, or whatever CBG if you want it for the morning.
Now, what would you say about doing just like CBD spices that people could use in food, since you already, you know, you're using the mint and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, you can make like I just don't know how it would. But depending on how it can activate and whatnot and go into the blood and all those kind of things would be an interesting topic.
I mean, I figured it would work the same way as it, you know, in these tea bags, wouldn't it? It would just kind of just cook into the food.
But you're saying like put it in a pan with like oil and stuff like that? I don't know. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
You cook it away and stuff.
Well, it depends, because our stuff is all. If you did an oil, you'd probably be okay. But everything we do is water based.
Okay, so it's gonna evaporate.
Yeah, it'd probably evaporate for the most part.
Right on.
You know, but if you use it as like a seasoning, like on top of a salad, I guess it would work. You know, those kind of things. But I always think that, you know, and things like that, like I like, you know, because CBD
that
just
becomes
like,
a
this
novelty.
this fad just became huge in CBD, right? And so everybody started putting CBD in everything. And it just like made no sense, you know, like someone's like,
I was thinking of something like you already have the, you know, the spices and shit, so I didn't know if it was something that
right, exactly.
You know,
it was like
working with what you got type shit. But no, dude, I think that customizing and, you know, there's different, even, you know, being able to market these teas to help different ailments.
Right.
That's huge.
Right.
Absolutely fucking huge.
Right. And and it's not just teas, you know, I want to call them like boosters, right? So it could be like a immune boost or like a sleep boost or like an energy boost.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, shit like that.
You know,
that's
and
crucial.
so like for me, like CBD is an ingredient, right? Like I'm not making like, even though CBD is selling right now, so you're putting CBD on the label, like I could give a shit if I put CBD on the label, right?
Yeah, I just want to
make a good product, and if CBD helps make that product good, then great. You know?
Shouts out, like I've been saying this whole fucking podcast, dude, that was one of the best flavored teas. I mean, I like the tea. Yeah. I would buy the tea if it was, you know, I will buy the tea, just that tea.
And it's just such a simple, you know, there's about 5 ingredients plus CBD in it, you know.
It's fucking phenomenal,
CBD,
dude.
and like that's the way it should be, you know. And so people always tell me like crazy ideas, like we should make flour with CBD in it. I'm like, well, why do you need to make bread with CBD in it? It's like
because it's a novelty right now.
Yeah,
exactly.
Do everything with it.
That's good to have the wherewithal to be like, no.
Right.
This is what we do.
Right, exactly. It's like I want to
make. This is what we're good at. This is what we're sticking to.
Right. Like I want to make a beverage additive, and if CBD's part of it, great. If CBD's not part of it, great.
Whatever. Yeah, right. That's a good fucking thing.
Right.
Oh yeah, man. Well, what else you got coming up for like the absolute future, like event wise, anything like that?
So we're gonna be at the Champs Trade Show February. We got.
Is that the one in Vegas?
That's the one in Vegas.
Okay, we got invited, but I don't know. There's no way we're making it back in 2 weeks.
No,
fuck that.
I wish.
Unless I go cop a fucking couple grand paycheck.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. We got a vegan food festival coming up in San Luis Obispo called Central Coast Veg Fest.
I know where you won't find me.
Yeah. We have the San Diego Yoga Festival coming up, so if you're in San Diego...
If I can still see you, see me there.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, yoga pants are my favorite.
It's a good spot to be then.
Yeah.
We got a couple festivals coming up, so we're hoping to get back into Lightning in a Bottle. There's a Cog Fest, you know, hopefully getting back into some of the reggae festivals.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's the beginning of the year, you know, festivals are kind of just starting to, you know, book up. You know, festival season comes in about like April is when it starts. So, you know, check back in. You can check out our Hakuna Hemp Cafe. Hakuna Supply CBD. Go to our Hemp Cafe page. You can see what events we're going to be at, and hopefully we'll be over in Ohio.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say, man. We'll close down here and talk shop. We'll talk business for real.
Yeah.
And I'll let you know what events we can guarantee to get you at. Yeah. Shit like that. Yeah, because not only I'd like to push you through Reggae 360 and have you come out to all of our events, but I mean, with that, you get to meet 100 different of the top reggae bands and have your products pushed to them. Right. And if we can get any of those dudes, like we can get fucking the guys from Long Beach Dub All Stars to take a picture with a Hakuna box. Mm-hmm. Well, hell yeah. Yeah, boom is right. Yeah, boom, dude. You're selling out this entire fucking.
He's like, oh shit, dog. I got all these followers, all these people hit me up.
Let's go.
Yeah, you're selling this whole motherfucker. So yeah, I'd love to work with you on that end because I think, like I said, just us and what we do with these boxes. What a great fucking market. Right.
Shit, people back home will buy it.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially being a Cali brand that will
fucking. That's what I'm saying. We gotta make you guys like a wake and bake box. We gotta put some coffee and stuff all over.
Yeah, man, please do, and then we can bust it out with all of our guests and give them a wake and bake.
You can't have a wake and bake without coffee, man.
So I'm saying, man,
coffee or tea.
Let's close this out and talk shop, man. So yeah, you gave all your fucking plugs. You got fucking Waldo. Thank you for running the stream, my dude.
Happy to be here, bud.
Fuck yeah, did you have a good time, a little learning experience back there?
Oh, it was wonderful.
Hell yeah! You ready to check out some boxes?
No, I'm ready to go. Look at some box. I love
smoke
box.
Smoke some herbage.
Oh yeah.
Smoke a herb. Put some herb in a box. Herb in a box.
A little bit of nugs.
Oh, that's a good name for a store. Herb in a box.
Herb in a box. Oh yeah. Oh man, you guys know where you can find Waldo on Instagram at @PartyWithWaldo. Man, hit him up. Cooch.
Yeah.
Thank you for running the audio and shit, my dude. Co-hosting.
Hell yeah.
Did you like this interview today? I'm very excited. This is one of my favorite interviews we've done in LA.
I love meeting new people, especially a business, and especially something that I would definitely love to invest into. Hell yeah.
Right, that's how I feel too, man. Not a lot of people do I get to talk full business with, like I was telling you, dude, and even have people that understand the lingo. So that was very, very, very fucking cool for me and you to sit here and talk shop like that with somebody for a little change of action on the wake and bake.
Refreshing.
Yeah, it was nice, man. It wasn't me just plugging in. How's your fucking band? When's the last time we got a blowjob on tour?
hey, people will learn something from watching this interview. People will learn something.
So, this is a good fucking educational interview and shit, man. I was very pleased with it. You guys.
Appreciate it.
Oh, for sure, man. You guys know where you can find Cooch on Instagram at Don_Cooch, Koch. Hit him up for all your recording needs.
Yo.
Thank y'all for stopping by and waking and baking this evening. You know where you can find me on Instagram at the Wake and Bake OH. Hook us up with that follow action. Tell your friends about us, dog. Check out some of our dope posts from Cali. We've been doing some cool shit out here. Check out some cool shows. We got a lot coming up at One Love next weekend. A lot of cool.
This weekend.
This weekend. Sorry. This weekend coming up, man. Days are getting hectic and blurring on the road, bro. You know how it rolls. And you guys can watch our streams on YouTube and Facebook at The Wake and Bake with Blind James. And it's like, The Wake and Bake, like in and out. Or like Bone Thugs and Harmony. All that. And then just tell your phone or smart speaker to play that and it'll do so. And then last but not least, pop over to patreon.com/blindjames. Hook it up with that donation. You can help us keep our show afloat. Keep bringing you dope-ass interviews like the one we brought you today. Again, thank you guys for stopping by Waking and Baking this evening. And remember, even if you lose your sight, never lose your vision. Peace.